It all started with Manmohan Singh in 1991 when he and P.V. Narasimha Rao initiated the LPG reforms which melted the shackles off of the Indian economy, leading to an exchange of goods and ideas at a rate unheard of. A decision which has culminated to this very moment where we find that the most expensive Indian movie to date has plagiarized elements. Let's start from the beginning. Finding inspiration isn't something new for Indian movies. However, sometimes filmmakers get too inspired. Ek Ruka Hua Faisla was inspired from 12 Angry Men, even though India had abolished the jury system a decade prior. Main Intakam Lunga was inspired by Rocky. You might have to squint hard to find differences between these frames. Entertainment finds its inspiration from Stephen Chow's Kung Fu Hustle. Inspired movies, inspired posters, inspired songs. Inspiration. What does it actually mean though? Inspiration involves using existing ideas to create something new and original, while plagiarism involves copying someone else's work and presenting it as your own without proper attribution. Plagiarism in movies, even with proper credit, is somewhat wrong. Plagiarism without credit is a sin. Get it? Yeah? For more substandard jokes, please subscribe. Indian cinema has been mired with so-called unofficial adaptations since its inception. Satya Pe Satta, Ek Ruka Hua Faisla, Agnipath even borrow heavily from their Western cousins. But we don't really see much backlash when older allegations of plagiarism are brought up. There are three reasons for this. Reason number one, the lack of recency bias. These are old movies and the movies which they ripped off are even older. Satya Pe Satta was based on the 1954 movie Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. 1954. Who cares if they ripped them off? Foreign movies were a luxury for ones who had the privilege, money or power to view them abroad or in exclusive film festivals. The masses had no knowledge that these movies were rip-offs. Reason number two is the lack of internet. Even when plagiarized content was made from newer movies, accessibility issues and lack of awareness about foreign cinema made it harder. Third act of Badshah is lifted from the Johnny Depp starrer Nick of Time. But who even knew about Johnny Depp at the time? You could not stream the movie or watch it in theaters because India wasn't even on Hollywood's radars. Plagiarism was easy because neither the audience nor Hollywood knew or cared about the plagiarized material. But the last reason is probably the most pertinent as to why we still turn a blind eye towards stolen goods from the 80s and 90s. They weren't exact copies. Nearly all aforementioned movies are still solid in their own right. Satya Pe Satta may not have aged as well, but it's still a fun romp. Ek Ruka Hua Faisla incorporates commentary with respect to Indian society, which was refreshing. And Badshah is just entertaining through and through. So, what happened? India initiated liberalization in 1991 to combat a severe economic crisis marked by a balance of payments emergency, high fiscal deficits, and critically low foreign exchange reserves. Facing imminent default on external debt, the government implemented reforms to reduce state control, attract foreign investment, deregulate industries, and enhance competition. Liberalization, privatization, globalization. Basically, India opened its doors to the world. Nearly a decade later, the country started seeing its benefit. The period between 2003 and 2008 saw some of the highest growth rates the country had ever seen. The velocity of exchange of goods was equally matched by the exchange of ideas. We started to see a trend never before seen in Indian cinema. Hollywood movies and scenes started becoming references and inside jokes.
ये तो मैट्रिक में था ना?
You mean Matrix?
The Matrix, The Terminator, Titanic became household names and were probably some of the first Hollywood movies my generation ever watched. But now the job just got harder. Indian filmmakers could no longer blatantly steal good ideas from Hollywood. The inability to plagiarize put Indian filmmakers under pressure, which led to a significant increase in original and path-breaking movies. Just kidding, we started stealing from the Koreans. Zinda straight up ripped off Old Boy. Yamirukka Bayami pilfered from The Quiet Family. You see, Hollywood was now mainstream, but who cares about the Koreans? Oh, now what? Original content? Nah, let's steal from the Spanish. This, I think, is the perfect time to introduce you guys to a Bollywood franchise completely devoid of original storytelling. It has truly earned itself the moniker of the copycat extraordinaire, the borrowing bandit, the master of mimicry, the imitation special. Murder 1 was based on the American film Unfaithful. Murder 2 is based on the Korean film named The Chaser. Murder 3 is a remake of the Colombian movie The Hidden Face. Murder 4 is in the works and its story story is being written by serial plagiarizer Preetham. I wonder which country will these guys rip off next. Globalisation. This is the reason why Indians cheer for Captain America when he lifts a hammer. This is also the reason why Indians jeer when they see blatant plagiarism. With practically nowhere to hide, Indian movies have mostly let go of unofficial adaptations altogether and have moved to official remakes. I'm not a fan of that trend either, but it's still better than straight up stealing. However, while movies aren't plagiarized anymore, the same cannot be said about songs, posters, and artwork. The first frame of the new Kalki 2898 AD trailer was plagiarized. Sanjoy, the original creator, rightly called them out for it. Now, is Nag Ashwin at fault here? I don't think so. He can't possibly cross-check every single frame and artwork that his team presents, but there have to be appropriate repercussions. While it is a shame that such a promising and refreshing take on Indian mythology was somewhat smeared by this incident, I think it is a net positive for the Indian movies. It serves as a warning sign to the entire industry that the days you could simply copy-paste someone else's work and sell it as your own are over. It might spur on creatives to finally, be creative. Sanjoy has taken down his Instagram post as of the making of this video. So looks like Vaijayanti Films have sorted out the issue amicably. Hopefully. I'm still looking forward to Kalki. Even though the dialogue feels slightly tacky, the ambitious nature of the project alone is strong enough reason for me to watch. Prabhas could really use a hit right now. Good luck to all involved. And yeah, don't plagiarize. Also, a click on the subscribe button really helps out the channel. So thanks.